Hello, hola, hi, how are you? Well, I am back, so that means that today's Friday. Okay, the last time I vlogged was to talk about the 40 things before I'm 40, I think. That seems like yesterday. Was that really last Friday? Is it Friday today? I'm so confused. And I don't know, I just seem to always never know what day it is. I always never know what day it is. It's Friday, I'm pretty damn sure it's Friday. My watch says it's Friday, so it's Friday. Yes, so I did the 40 things before I'm 40 video. I don't think I'd completed my list when I did it last time though, which I have now completed, and I did post on Instagram and it should have come up on my Facebook. It did come up on my Facebook, I know it did, because I've conversed with people on there about it. So yes, the list is complete, but I've obviously not yet completed the list because that would be insanity, because I am only 36, so, and I've only just made the list like 3 days ago, finished writing the list, so to complete all 40 things in those 3 days would be impossible. That's, yes. So the list, I've finished compiling the list and I'm now on with doing the stuff. So as I've talked about learning languages, that's one of them on there, and I will hopefully be able to speak in some kind of coherent, I can't even speak English at the moment. Coherence, is that a word? Some sort of coherence. Does that even make, I don't think that makes sense. Anyway, hopefully I'll speak in one of those languages to a person who speaks in that language and we'll be able to have a conversation. That's what I mean. Whew. That is, so that's one of the things, and the other one, the reading challenge I'm getting on with. I'm just starting to make plans for the volunteering one. That's kind of going somewhere somehow. I'm just waiting to hear back to see what's going on with that. The coast to coast walk, I was looking at that. I'm going to do that with my mum, and we were looking at options for that, and whoa, is that expensive. So we will decide what to do there. That might just have to wait a couple of years to save up some pennies. Then the half marathon, yes, I know I said marathon, and I'm going to do 2 half marathons because this is my list and I will decide how it works. So my friend Gail is going to do that one with me. Probably, we were looking at the Chester half marathon, so we're going to see what's going on with that next year and start training in March, because I think the marathon is in September or October next year, not this year. No. So those are ones that I'm getting on with at the moment, and then there is another one that I'm getting on with, but I'm not going to reveal details of it yet because it's very early stages of organisation. My phone decided to just stop recording. What was I saying? So yes, one of them I'm getting on with. Can't share the details because it's in very early stages of planning it. But there will be something exciting happening, and exciting fun things are happening. So that's another thing that I'm getting slowly ticked off the list. The others will come when they come, and some will just happen, like, you know, just because. Now that lockdown restrictions are easing, this means that people can start doing things again, and that means that I can start doing things again. And I found that because I haven't been able to go out and do stuff, because I used to previously always be going here, there and everywhere and doing stuff, and I've enjoyed actually not going and doing things, because then that means I've had more time to do the things that I want to do, like this for instance. So it's very strange that from next weekend I have like 5 weekends now booked up with things, and it's stressing me out a little bit, because then that means that because this is something that I have to do now for myself. It's what I want to be doing. I have to do this every Friday because that's what I want to do, and then I want to post my singing videos up every Saturday. So then if my weekends happen to become busy with doing other things like having a life, then I need to get these done and dusted and out of the way to free up my time to do other things. So next weekend I'm going out for a night out, which is not something that I would have done previously very often anyway. It's like a once in a lifetime thing. I don't particularly like going out and being with loads of people, and especially around people that are getting drunk, because they're so annoying. And I am a terrible drinker, so I'll have like 3 drinks and then I'm done. That is it, no more. So yeah, anyway, so that's going on next weekend. And then the weekend after, I am going to stay in a hotel. Whoa, yes, I know. I've not been in a hotel since February actually, because we were in New York. But that is a long time ago. I mean, usually for one reason or another, because I'm usually going and doing things and events and off out, I don't know, things everywhere, here, there and everywhere, there will be a reason to stop at a hotel, maybe like once a month or once every couple of months. So I've not stayed in one since February, and it's going to be very strange, with the lockdown restrictions, with the social distancing, sorry, not lockdown, with the social distancing restrictions. It's going to be very odd, but I will be documenting what that is like for you. Yeah. Yes, me and my good friend Hayley. Hello Hayley, how are you? We are going to stay in a hotel. We were supposed to do this back in March, just because we like to sit in hotels and just people watch, because it's fun. Excuse me. Oh, look at the kitty cat jumper. Hey kitty cat. So that's what we planned to do in March, and obviously we couldn't because we all went into lockdown, and so it was rearranged for August, and we were going to stay in a hotel. So we're going to do that, and yeah, it's just I love staying in hotels. I don't know what it is. I just love, I don't know, it's just, they're very strange to me, because you have all these different people there and you don't know anybody, but yet you're all sleeping together under the same roof, and you're all going and eating your meals together, and it's just, I don't know, it's a very strange experience, but it's also very interesting, because you can have people, depending on where you stay, you have people from all walks of life being in a hotel, especially if you're in one that's like in the middle of a city centre. I don't know what it is, I just love staying in hotels. They're so weird and exciting, and I don't know, it's just something weird and intriguing about them, because you've got the like the entrance, like the foyer type place where anybody can just go sit in those, even if you're not staying at the hotel. Generally you can just go and sit in them, have a cup of coffee or something like that. A lot of people use them as places to sit and work and write, like you would in a coffee shop. And I've done that before, where I've just gone and sat in the entrance, like the foyer, the reception area of hotels, and just sit there with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and watch people, which sounds really creepy, but it's just, I don't know, I love it. People, you know, you don't know what people, what are they doing there, and they're just, it's like interesting to watch them and be all weird and creepy at them and like, ooh, what you doing? Are you having an affair? Yes, I think you might be. So that's the kind of thing that I like to do in a weird way. But but then there's also the going off and exploring them. I don't know why. I mean, because I've always stayed in hotels from probably being around 3 or 4, because obviously we always stayed in hotels when we went on holiday, and it's just, I think me and my mum probably used to go exploring. I don't know why, because they have generally the same layout, just corridors and rooms, corridors and rooms, corridors and rooms, blah, 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 blah. But then there was also, I think the fascination came from watching The Shining at a young age, and holidays and wandering around with my mum and seeing what things we could nick off the maid's cart as it was parked up in one of the hallways. So I think there's that kind of, that's part of the intrigue of them. But I think a lot of it is, it's so secretive. It's so open and secretive at the same time. You've got all these people in the same building, all behind these closed doors, and you don't know what anyone's doing, and it's just, they're kind of seedy in a weird way. But I don't know, I find them really interesting, and I like to go wandering around them, not just randomly. I don't just walk in. Well, I will go and sit in hotel foyers, but I don't just walk into hotels and start walking around the corridors, because that's weird. But if I'm staying there, I do like to just wander around. And please tell me that I'm not the only person that does this, because I know for a fact that Hayley does it, because we've done it together. Just wandering around, see what's happening, and then you just, I don't know, go in the empty conference rooms and nosy about, and it's just fun. I love them. They are strange, weird, exciting, fun, often creepy places. Definitely an element of The Shining comes into that, because it does, doesn't it? The long corridor and the hideous carpets that you sometimes get. There's a lot of that connected to my love of hotels. I could live in a hotel. I would love to have lived in the Chelsea Hotel in New York. Oh my god, that place sounds amazing. I think when I'm old and just old, when Christopher's moved on to LA and he's all famous and what have you, and if Chris has passed on before me, sorry Chris, I think I'm going to go live in a hotel, because I really don't think that Chris would do that. It's either going to be a hotel or a caravan, because Chris wouldn't live in a caravan. Or a barge. A barge, a hotel, or a caravan. That is definitely what I'm going to do. If Chris goes before me. If he doesn't, well then I won't. A barge, a caravan, or a hotel. It's like snog, marry, avoid. Barge, caravan, hotel. But not. I think I've lost where I was going. So therefore I'm going to read you my next poem. This one is called, these are the last two in the depressing. These are the last two in the depressing section. Woohoo! We go on to the fun next time. Okay, this one's called Acceptance. I often try to think of ways to make you realise this is real. My words are often lost on you. Rejection is what I feel. My pen is poised above the paper, wanting to tell you more. My heart is bursting with love and feelings buried beneath the core. Just a glimpse of happiness, a moment that we shared, a secret smile or whispered word, a hint to show you cared. I'm not asking every day for what our future may or may not hold. Once in a while just let me know that your feelings won't go cold. So much time has passed now, and still I am left in the dark. Strength came to bring me out of here, a fire ignited from my spark. Anger built inside of me, the rage I could not control. Then tranquil peace swept over me as a white light enveloped my soul. The storm rode calmly over as I laid here on my bed. The thoughts of you are passing, drifting slowly through my head. It's time for me to leave now. I hope you understand. No longer will I kiss you or take you by the hand. The dreams we shared together have been shattered by time. The hopes I have inside of me are no longer ours, but mine. That poem took about 10 years to write, and I am not kidding. I don't mean that it took 10 years to write, I mean I had like 2 lines from it, and it sat in a book in a notepad for about 10 years before I wrote the rest of it. And as the day fades, I think of you. You'll never know the pain in my soul, the endless yearning that tears me apart, the sorrow, the crushing defeat that you cause. And as the day begins, I think of you, the first thought to enter my mind, the pure adoration that fills my heart, only the thought is never enough. And as the day goes slowly by, I think of you. The thoughts are not enough for me, I cannot control this desire any longer. Your absence only adds to my obsession. And as your final day here on earth fades, I think of you. No longer will I torture myself with thoughts of others. Never again will you be the object of anyone's desires. You belong to me now, at last and for always. Creepy. Right, well, that is that. It was very lovely to speak with you again, and I shall see you next week. Okay, I love you, bye!